This photograph shows an omnibus operated by the Great Western Railway, the company launching a new service to Hagley, Clent and Belbroughton in February 1905. The photograph is taken from a picture postcard that was posted in that year, so was possibly captured on the first day of the new service. Buses were photographed in other locations such as the Woodman Hotel at Lower Clent and the Talbot Hotel at Belbroughton. The service was an immediate success, so the Great Western Railway ramped up the number of buses to operate along the route. Within a few months of the first bus to trundle out of Stourbridge Town Railway Station, it was announced that the daily service was to be increased from 7 to 13 journeys. In addition, the Sunday service was to be increased from 4 to 7 journeys. With such frequency of service, the villages had greater connectivity in the old days. The company also added a parcel service for the route. It was a no-brainer really. It was cheaper than building a railway line, and it meant that those living in outlying parishes could travel and connect to rail services operated by the Great Western Railway. When this photograph was taken, the bus had just passed the Chequers Inn. The 4 dormer windows seen above the bus form part of that pub's roof structure. Only one of these remained, the building having been enlarged over the years. The adjacent buildings were lost when the ring road was constructed in the 1960s. The tall structure adjoining the Chequers Inn, not that old when the photograph was captured, was a very attractive edifice of stone and red brick. A postboy and delivery cyclists are stood outside what was numbered 92 High Street. Comparing these premises on maps of different dates, this property was divided during the late 19th century. Here, 2 different retail businesses occupied the building, though the greengrocery shop and tobacconist store were both operated by Edward Blue. Born in Evesham around 1854, the former puddler married Sophia Walters at the parish church in Oldswinford in June 1877. Starting off in Hagley Street, the couple would trade as fruiterers for decades. Their son William would join the business as a partner. He was the subject of an appeal against being called up for service during World War I. His case was heard at a tribunal in the council chamber of the town hall in February 1916. It was his mother who appeared before the panel chaired by the Mayor, J. Donaldson Harwood. She stated that her son was unable to be present and asked for the case to be put back a short time. The Mayor was having none of it and said the case would be heard in his absence and she could appear for him. Sophia Blue told the panel that the business was that of a greengrocer and fruiterer with tobacconist shop next door, and her son was an only son and partner in the business. He did all the buying and general supervising on account of his father's age and infirmity, he having been bedridden for 8 out of the last 12 months. She herself had undergone an operation, and there was no one to do the heavy lifting, which was necessary. There were 2 other children she had reared. One was at the front, and the other was at a printing office in Birmingham, and she expected he would have to go. The husband of a married daughter in Canada was also at the front. The chairman, however, viewed the enlistment of her son would only cause her an inconvenience, and dismissed her appeal. After moving premises to around the corner at No. 4 Hagley Road, William Blue and his mother were still trading as fruiterers by the time of the Second World War. I suspect that No. 92 High Street was divided following the death of Simeon Field. Locally born, he was a tobacconist, newsagent, printer and proprietor of the Stourbridge Observer, Cradley Heath, Halzone and District Chronicle. In A History of Stourbridge, the author, Nigel Perry, discusses printers and booksellers on page 92 of his book, but although Joseph Hemming, Thomas Mellard and of course Mark and Moody are mentioned, the name of Simeon Field is not recorded. Even following his death, the newspaper of which he was proprietor did not publish an extensive obituary, merely stating, connected as he was for so many years with the leaders of public opinion, the public officials and the great players in the drama of life in this neighbourhood, we feel that we need not say much. He was too well known to be brought, now that he has gone into prominence, by us accept a passing tribute to his memory. The newspaper was continued for a short period by daughters Isabella and Malvina, but was wound up in 1888. Malvina later married the hyper-wealthy collier owner and ironmaster Henry Heath Cochrane, moving to Eshwood Hall in County Durham. Thanks for viewing and listening to my blurb. You can post your comments below, particularly if they will enhance the information for other viewers. You can also click on the subscribe button to receive a message when a new video is uploaded.